Okay. How do you think your community is viewed by others?
A genuinely good one since it's not too much negativity in there.
Why you say that?
Since there's a lot of elderly people and people generally talk to each other once a week, even if they're at one end of the house. Say one person lives at the end of the block and another one lives at the end of the block too. They'll still conversate with each other. Say like just as a visit or if they're doing something like going to the store.
Why you say that?
Because people like to people in my community like to get along and people like to get to know more about each other. It's like if one day they need somebody to that need help from somebody, they can always call on them.
If you think this view is wrong or unfair, um, is there a way to change how your community is viewed by others?
My community don't is not viewed as unfair. I don't have. It's not unfair, but viewed by others, yeah, it's still the same. It's not unfair at all.
Why you say that?
Since since we don't genuinely gang bang and our block is usually live with a lot of people who are lively at the time, it wouldn't be unfair. Like people who new to here or just visit, like just walk around, they generally say it's good since how our neighborhood looks.
Hmm. Also, you have to deal with violence, issues like violence. How does the issue of violence in Chicago compare to other major cities?
The violence in Chicago, it really don't compare to other cities because Chicago is one of the most leading cities in violence besides California and New York.
Why you say that?
Because Chicago, it's like every day, every 3 hours, somebody dying on the block because somebody part of a different gang, or somebody robbing somebody, or somebody just had a itchy trigger finger.
Hmm. What are the top three issues, concerns, etc., that you would like to address and start a dialogue with your community about?
The three addresses are violence, the cleanliness of the community, and leadership.
Why you say that?
Well, our community don't have to generally do anything with violence, but the next block makes our block kind of look bad recently. The cleanliness, sometimes people just trash up the place, people who visit here or there and just throw trash in the middle of the road or in the grass. And leadership, I mean, our community is good, but sometimes we don't have a leader. Like, so one day, if our community need to be called on, there's going to be an argument about who should lead the community.
Okay. If you was in charge of the media, what would you show, and what would you do to change the perception of how people view you and your community?
Show the good things. Like in news, people generally show the bad things of the neighborhood community. Just make sure that police crack down on that, but then make our neighborhood look bad. If we show the good things, maybe then that could change the perception.
Why you say that?
Because like white people mostly don't hate black. Well, they don't hate black people, but sometimes some of them are racist. So that way, the media can sometimes be corrupt. So and they can bond with the police to try and crack down on the toughest of neighborhoods, but in the end, make the neighborhoods look bad no matter what they do.
Okay. How do you see Chicago in the future?
Chicago in the future, I don't really think it's gonna change in the future. There's gonna be way more violence, and the police is gonna fan the flames of violence
Why you say that?
because the police kill like gang members who don't sometimes don't do anything or just innocent, like they fake their gangs and all, and then and then police killing people, it's gonna make them want to retaliate against the police.
Why do you want to retaliate against the police?
Because say like they kill their gang members and then they didn't do nothing, they just stand on the block and the police just arrest them, like they incriminate them for no reason, plant evidence so that way they can arrest them or kill them. In fact, that one to make them retaliate.
Why you think they kill their gang members Like, what's the
Well,
reason why?
sometimes they did something bad, or sometimes they want to put them in jail so that way the gang can possibly be shut down.
Why would they? Like, what is putting them in jail doing for the community?
Well, at the community, sometimes it's viewed as justice, as otherwise viewed as corruption, because some might view it as justice as they needed to be put away, and some is viewed as corruption as the police are corrupted. They want to do this to other races.
Okay, just good or bad.
This is genuinely in the middle, good and bad.
Why you say that?
Because sometimes if police arrest the right people, it'll make the world, will make the city, Chicago, a safer place. But at the same time, arresting the wrong people could get way more people killed because of it.
Okay, are there any other questions that I asked you that you feel I should ask others in your community?
No.
Okay, thank you.